Hey guys, if you're thinking about selling on Amazon Japan, don't start selling yet until you fill out this scorecard. In less than 5 minutes, you'll find out exactly how likely your product will sell in Japan. And if you want to follow along, the link to get the scorecard is in the description. My name is Gary Huang. I'm selling on Amazon Japan, and I help brands enter the Japanese market. Today, I want you to look over my shoulder as I go through the 12-point scorecard to find out will your product sell in Amazon Japan. All right. First off, the first question, are you selling a product with at least 300 reviews on an Amazon marketplace other than Japan? For example, are you selling in Amazon US, Amazon UK, Germany, etc., and you have more than 300 reviews? The reason is because the beauty of Amazon Japan is that you can carry over your reviews from Amazon.com, from Amazon UK into Japan. So day one, when you launch, you will launch with that number of reviews. So let's use an example of a cat tower. So for example, let's say I'm selling a cat tower in the US, Amazon.com. You can see the review count here. Let's say I'm this seller here. If I'm the newest cat tree, I have 4,970 reviews. I have more than 300 plus one. That's the first question. All right. Number two is your product manufactured in China? If yes, plus one. This is a good thing because in Japan, there are zero Trump tariffs or China tariffs. So right off the bat, you're going to eliminate at least 25% cost reduction on your landed costs if you're sourcing from China, importing to the US. At the time of this recording, it's 25%. Depending on the outcome of the elections, it could be 50 or 60%. Imagine that reduction on your landed costs direct to your bottom line if you sell in Japan, plus one. Number three, is your product manufactured in India, Vietnam, Thailand, or any other free trade country with Japan? If so, good news. You can lower your duties to as low as zero because these countries have what we call free trade agreements with Japan, so they can trade duty free. So if you can get that, plus 2 points. If you're not sure how to do that, Google is your friend. Or number four, does your product have a chance to go viral over social media? For example, it's not a super boring product like a trash bag or masking tape. If yes, plus one. All right. Number five, does your product have any influencers on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or even Twitter? If so, plus one. There's a strong chance that you can drive a ton of external traffic to your listing in Japan because influencers are huge in Japan. And Japanese customers, their mindset is kind of like the follow the crowd mentality. So if they see a very popular influencer pushing it, there's a good chance you can drive a lot of traffic to your listing. So plus one if you have any influencers, or does your product have any influencers on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? All right. Number six, size. Is your product size compatible with Japan? So Japanese apartments, in case you don't know, they're tiny. I live in Tokyo. My apartment is pretty small. Okay, compared to a U.S. house, we don't even have a yard. All we have is a little balcony outside. So let's take a look at another example. If you're selling a cat tree, probably it's okay unless it's huge. But if you're selling something big and bulky, like let's say patio furniture, that may not be size compatible with Japan because most Japanese homes don't even have a backyard, let alone any space for furniture. So think of it that way. Anything large or oversized products, they may not fit. So how do you know? YouTube is a great way that you can check for this. All right. Number seven, is there a large market for your product in Japan? Add 1 point if yes. Okay, so you can use various tools to find out the market size of your product in Japan, including the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer, tools like Jungle Scout, Helium 10, Data Dive. They all work with Japan, so you can research the top results on amazon.co.jp, and you can find out the keywords. You can find out how many sales there are, so that way you can know exactly. All right. Number eight, Are there 5 to 10 keywords on Amazon Japan that you can rank for? Add 1 point if yes. We actually recorded a live training on this recently. How to do Amazon Japan keyword and product research, even if you don't speak any Japanese. In fact, my friend Kevin King, when he interviewed me on his podcast, he asked me this question, and actually we recorded a training video where we'll walk you through exactly how to do this to find out the number of keywords that you can rank for. So if you haven't seen that yet, check out the replay of that. The link will be in the description. All right. Number 9, does your product have low competition in Japan? Okay, so I want you to look at the top 10 competitors in Japan and see, are there at least 5 sellers with less than 300 reviews. So let's go back to the cat tower example. So the beauty of Japan is actually you can change the language from Japanese to English, as you can see here on screen. So here you can see the best seller, there's 300 units per month. Number 2 has a 100, number 3 is 50, number 4 is 700, number 5 is 200. Number 6 is 100, 100, 200, 200. Okay. So you can actually do this yourself even without any tools. All you got to do is just go to amazon.co.jp and search in English. Number 10, does your product have low compliance complexity? Okay. So by this, I mean, are you selling anything that goes on the body or goes in the body? Okay. For example, supplements, cosmetics, health and beauty, etc. Anything that touches a food or a drink, even if it's a water bottle, like a plastic water bottle, be prepared for more regulations, more complexities, more certification that you have to get to legally import it into Japan. If you're not sure, consult an import compliance professional. My recommendation is Unigate. I'll link it up below in the description and you guys can find out exactly. All right. Number 11, is your product a cultural fit for Japan? Okay. So I like to use an example, what I call the taco holder test. Taco holders are very popular in the US because, people in the US love tacos, right? There's Taco Tuesday. But in Japan, surprise, surprise, not a lot of people eat tacos, let alone make tacos at home. In fact, I don't know any Japanese person that makes tacos at home. The market for this is small in Japan. So this is what I call the cultural fit test. So, how do you find out? In fact, you can go to Amazon Japan and type in taco holder, and you'll see even the best seller, right? The number one organic ranking, they don't even Amazon doesn't even say that they have 50 sales per month, right? So if you're selling taco holders, not a good sign, may not be a good product market fit. If you want to really find out if your product has good cultural fit, I recommend using a tool called PickFu. And this way you can get in front of real Japanese shoppers to get their feedback, whether or not they'll buy your product and why or why they won't buy your product. I'll link that up below in the description as well. Okay, so this is 11. Is your product a cultural fit for Japan? Number 12, last but not least, product adaptability. Can your product be easily adapted to Japan? Add 1 point if yes. What do I mean by this? Any sort of product modifications? I mean, do you have to significantly change your product design to fit into a Japanese apartment, like the patio furniture or like a taco holder? I mean, if that's the case, if it's too difficult, then that's 0 points. But if you're selling something like the cat tower, pretty good chance that it's going to fit in an apartment, right? So not a lot of product modifications needed. Packaging instructions and images, obviously you'll have to localize, but you still have an advantage there. So +1 if yes. Bonus time. Can you provide customer service in Japanese or can you easily outsource this? +1 point if yes. Not a deal breaker because Amazon Japan provides most of the customer service similar to the US and European marketplaces, but sometimes Japanese customers may want additional help. That's when having someone that speaks Japanese will be a plus. So let's total up your score right now. If you have a total of 9 to 13 yeses, that means you got a pretty strong chance of success in Amazon Japan. Recommend you move forward and look at this, look at the next step. Check out the video, the 1 hour masterclass on selling on the tutorial on selling on Amazon Japan for next steps. 4 to 8 yeses, good chance of success in Japan. Further investigation needed. Check out that video. 1 to 3 yeses, lower chance of success. Consider some of your other products. If 0, don't enter Japan yet. All right. Consider some different strategies for your existing products. All right. All right. So I hope this is helpful, guys. Again, if you haven't grabbed the scorecard yet, link is below in the description to get the PDF. All I got to do is find out your email address, the best email to send it to. All right. My name is Gary Huang. And if you watch this video, if it's helpful to you, make sure you check out the tutorial, the Selling on Amazon Japan tutorial, where you get the entire picture of how to sell into Japan. We'll see you guys at the next session. Good luck.